just going to repeat what you said. So I know this book is fiction, but is there anything that you'd like people to learn from it?
Yeah, well, now you've really hit the nail on the head. I'll say again, essentially it is a thriller story that I hope gives people a good read. But yeah, there is something. I think one of the things that I know from writing is we learn all sorts of things about ourselves. It's almost like a conversation that we have with ourselves when we're writing. Part of us is asking the questions, and then part of us is doing the answering, and that's why it's a journey, and I love that. And also in reading, we explore ideas that we come across that hopefully shed light on life. So I've learned a lot in preparing to write the book and in writing it, and I hope that people get from it a very different picture of what faith could be like. It's not a religious story, it's a story based in a religious context. Peter James said on the front cover, it's one hell of a religious thriller. So yes, it is a religious thriller because it's based within that world, but it's not a religious book. Though towards the end, I do spell out a little bit about the vision of, particularly the character of Jesus, that I think is really important, and how and what I believe about him. And it isn't as Jesus as Son of God even, it's about Jesus as a human being who is this incredibly powerful supporter of people, someone who is clearly well thought of by a certain section of society, but is brave enough to risk everything to confront religion on one side, politics on the other side, and to shine a light of love on the ones who are seen as the shit, really, the ones who are spat upon, the little boys, the little girls, the women, the lepers, the foreigners, the Samaritans, the pagans, blah blah blah. It's a remarkable story. The Jesus story is remarkable, and not for the reasons why we say. You know, we've turned it into, I'll get told off for this, but a fairy story. It isn't. It's a very real story about a man who absolutely transforms people's lives by his own bravery and by showing them that they are the way, not him.
Smashed it.